Good afternoon, London. So today my vlog includes a ride at River Thames. So we are just here in front of Big Ben. Let me show you the beautiful birds. So we are going to show you experience to ride in a cruise at River Thames. It starts from Big Ben, the same point which you are viewing. See, this is London's Eye. Once again, beautiful birds. It's 12:15. River Thames is at its peak. BT Tower. Once it was the tallest tower. Now the shard has broken its record. Let's go further. We are just going to enter.
ये तो ऊबर के लिए
लंदन नहीं मुझे लगता है बोर्डिंग पॉइंट ये.
Now we are at the opposite side of London's Eye because the other way directed us to come here. And there was also a mishap. Actually, the cruise which we booked for, that was cancelled today. So we were advised to get that refund and then rebook again. So we had to rebook from this place. So we are just arriving boarding point. I think that's the way out. We have to go. So this is the boarding point, and we have Thames River cycling. This one.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Oh, through here. 𝑬𝒏𝒂𝒏𝒅, this way. Thank you so much. So our boat's name is Hollywood London. We can sit upstairs as well, I think. Oh no, okay. We are boarding point C. Thank you. We can't sit upstairs anyway. Oh, we have place here. So we have open space as well. Let's go somewhere. So there we are reached at the boat, and let's try to find some seat more front.
पीछे बिल्कुल.
These are the boys today. 𝑬𝒏𝒂𝒏𝒅, Sumit, Omer. and London's Eye. Oh, this is the ship. Let me take a look inside how it looks. So you can sit here or you can sit at outside, totally up to you. You can buy anything you want, and so you can sit inside or you can sit outside. Friends are having photos. This is the front side of the ship. I don't know whether somebody is allowed in this area or not, but this is the front side. So I'll also show you as soon as it starts. It's sunny today and sharp 1 afternoon. Elizabeth Tower, and this is the ship about to move. You see ship, you can see airplane, and you can see bus. 3 different modes of transportation. And our ship is about to move, I think. That's our captain.
Du coup, j'ai fait pareil. Mettre avec. Ça aurait été d'habitude, j'aurais. Tu vois?
Oh, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome on board the Hollywood. As you can see, we are now leaving Westminster 𝑬𝒏𝒈𝒍𝒂𝒏𝒅, making our way downriver to Tower Bridge and Greenwich. Now we might have to make some additional stops just through the next bridge at 𝑬𝒏𝒈𝒍𝒂𝒏𝒅 That's depending if there is anyone waiting for us. But when we leave the piers, we do have to give you a safety announcement, nothing to alarm you. Just so you know, life jackets, they're inside the boat, around the vessel, marked in the green and white international signs. Life buoys and life rafts are on the roof, and emergency exits down inside the boat. They are the windows and they slide to open. For those of you on the front deck who might be wondering where your emergency exits are, just use your own imagination, and that's either side the way. And the bar and toilets, they're inside the boat. And along the way, what we like to try and do is point out some of the places of interest in the form of a live commentary, and hopefully to make the journey a little bit more interesting. We are supposed to play a recorded commentary, but we get much better feedback when we do them live. It is said, if you wave to the people crossing over the first bridge and they wave back to you, that is said to bring 5 years of good luck. She's a bit talking, don't worry about that. You do tend to find the ones that don't wave back, they're probably from London. Miserable like the rest of us. Anyway, it's always good to wave at people on the bridges. I'll tell you why, it does tend to keep their hands busy. They'll stop them throwing things down. Now, I did mention our first stop will be on our left-hand side here, 𝑬𝒏𝒈𝒍𝒂𝒏𝒅. Just a few more people to join the boat. Then after this stop, we're supposed to cross over to the right of Festival Pier, but to be honest,
that's the sharp, tallest tower. And that's St. Paul Cathedral, also famous.
So just bear with us a moment, folks. Thank you very much for your kind attention. So as we do come into the pier, it's best to stay seated. So just be aware there might be a slight bump. Thank you. one of our most expensive and luxurious hotels we have here in London. Something that might interest the ladies on board today, the bridge in front of us, Waterloo Bridge, known in London as the Ladies' Bridge. This bridge was built during the Second World War by female labour. All the men was away fighting for their country. The ladies of London, they was left at home and they constructed this bridge. The ladies, they faced the bridge in a self-cleaning Portland stone. Every time it rains in London, which is about 4 times a day, the face of the bridge receives a thorough wash. Ladies, you'll be very pleased to know it was the only bridge to span this river that was finished on time and under budget. So an excellent job, the ladies. Well done to them. And on our way downriver today, we're travelling against the incoming flood tide. The water level is rising, coming in from the North Sea, which is roughly 30 miles in front of us. The tide comes in for 5 hours. We're nearly at high water at the moment. Soon the tide will turn. It will leave London for the next 7 hours. If you came back here in 7 hours' time, we would be approximately 7.5 metres lower than what we are now. A very powerful rise and fall of tide. So you pick the best time to come out of the river. So if you think in 7 hours' time, you'll be looking up at the river's wall. At this state of tide, you get to see all of the landmarks much clearer. The ship on the left, the Wellington, she was a part of the New Zealand Navy. She saw action throughout the Second World War. And behind that ship, you can see the top of a stone archway on the river's wall. And that is called the Temple Arch. That's an official boundary line between 2 cities. That's the city of Westminster. We are leaving. We have now entered into the 1 square mile city of London. If you look in front of us now, above the bridges to the left, the City of London skyline. And now coming into view to the left of the glass buildings, we have the large dome and golden cross, St Paul's Cathedral. St Paul's Cathedral, designed by Sir Christopher Wren. It took 35 years to build, completed in 1710. Stands there 365 feet tall, a foot for every day of the year. Now also on our left hand side, the White building with a green sloping roof. That's the old City of London School for Boys. It was here where Sir Winston Churchill attended before going on to higher education. Today that building is owned by J.P. Morgan. Up in front of us now we have a group of bridges we're going to pass beneath. The first one, the Blackfriars Road Bridge, opened by Queen Victoria in 1869. It's then followed very closely by the Blackfriars Railway Bridge. So if you look in front of us, you'll see that they are very close together. They form somewhat of a tunnel. And this is known on the River Thames as being the Tunnel of Love. Legend has it, as we pass through the bridges, turn to your loved one, give them a kiss, and it will bring you many years of happiness together. In the Tunnel of Love. And if you're not with your loved one, I suppose you could always kiss your husband or wife. I think that works as well. Just left and right of us is what remains of the old St Paul's Railway Bridge. The modern trains became too heavy, the bridge was unsafe. See, the top section was lifted on The support columns, they was left, fear of them disturbing the foundations of the other two bridges. The Blackfriars bridges, they do roughly mark the halfway point between Westminster and Tower Bridge. I hope you're all enjoying it so far. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much. You can see Tower Bridge in the distance in front of us, and we'll be down there soon. Back over on the left, another nice view of St Paul's Cathedral, and beneath St Paul's on the left, the red building, that is the new and current City of London School for Boys. The most famous person I can think of that attended that school is probably Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter. That's where he went to school. All along the river to your right is a very popular part of London today. This is the South Bank. The South Bank's a riverside walkway that goes from the London
And this is that bridge I was talking about,
to Tower
where
Bridge.
normally they
All along the South Bank throughout the day there's something going on. Always lots of street performers, arts galleries, theatres, and lots of nice bars and restaurants as well. And just a quick one, if you look to your left, follow the bridge through the buildings, you'll get a very short glimpse, but it is a full-length view of St Paul's. And this bridge we're going under here is the Millennium Footbridge, the newest crossing over the River Thames. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to make another stop just here on the right of Bankside Pier. It's normally a very quiet pier, this one. We hardly ever stop, but it just so happens they've got people for us today. So, same again, just bear with us a moment and we'll speak to you again soon. Thank you.
Ah non, mais on était en face de hier. Non, mais on n'a pas même marché. Ouais, je sais, mais pas autant.
approaching pier. So
qui est en fonction du nom du... Moi j'ai retenu du coup devant.
some more people joining on board.
Pourquoi c'est en fonction du nom, hein, je sais pas.
And this is the top of the Jarrar, most tallest tower.
Bah pourquoi on reviendrait pas? C'est à côté. Hier j'ai regardé ça à 5h23 en voiture. Ah ouais? N'empêche, quand tu connais. Non, une fois que tu connais, tu peux venir avec ta voiture, prendre mon iPhone. Vers, sur la rue du travail. Je vois bien 𝑬𝒏𝒈𝒍𝒂𝒏𝒅. Non mais maman il vient jusqu'à chez moi. Non mais si tu vas avoir ta voiture, moi c'est ce qu'ils font. Moi j'en voyais plein avant de partir là, quand je reviens.
So folks, welcome on board those who join us. Our next stop will definitely be Butler's Wharf for Tower Bridge. As we come away from the pier, just over your right shoulder, I'm sure you see it a moment ago, the white circular building with the thatched roof, and that is the replica to William Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. Now on summer nights you can go over there and watch all of Shakespeare's greatest plays, all being performed as they would have been done in the Elizabethan era. They don't use any stage lighting, no microphones, and it is the only thatch roof building in London since the Great Fire back in 1666. The next bridge we go beneath is the Suffolk Road Bridge, and through the bridge on the right in the corner is a very nice old riverside pub. It's got red window frames, the lights outside, you'll see it shortly, and this pub is called the Anchor. It's over 400 years old. It dates back to 1615. They do say that Shakespeare, he used to hire the attic of that pub as a dressing room for his actors before they performed at the old Globe Theatre. The original Globe is stood just behind that pub in Park Street. That's a very nice riverside pub, a nice beer garden outside, full of character inside as well, and garden places. The next bridge is this. This is the Cannon Street Railway Bridge. And now we're going to go under London Bridge, the 5th London Bridge.
So this is actually London Bridge. Usually people call London Bridge the Tower Bridge.
Over 2,000 years ago. It's believed that one was pulled down by Vikings. Now I see a lot of you have your cameras. If you point them to the left, you'll see the name engraved into the stonework. Thanks for a nice picture. The previous London Bridge here, the one before this one, it was sinking into the riverbed. It was taken down and sold to an American businessman. The bridge, it was shipped to California, and from California by truck taken to Arizona, where it now stands across a man-made lake called Lake
Now we are approaching towards Tower Bridge,
the
most iconic, or
and up to your right now we have the Shard, the tallest office block in Western Europe that stands at 1,016 feet tall, and that is home to London's highest viewing platform. It's on the 72nd floor, the best view of London that you'll get. It does come at a price though. There was a lady that come on the boat the other day, she said it costs £70 each to go up there. I think that's very expensive. Now I would actually recommend you going on the other side of the river to your left, the tall glass building that gets wider as it goes up. Look to the top of that building, you can see people standing up there, and that's also a viewing platform, and that's called the Sky Garden. It's over 100 feet higher than the London Eye, and the best thing about that one is free to go to the top, don't cost anything. There's a bar and restaurant up there as well. The yellow brick building beneath it on your left, that's the old Billingsgate Fish Market. There's still a fish market on that site for over 900 years. Next door to that is Water Guard House behind the trees. That's the headquarters of His Majesty's Customs and Excise. Over to our right hand side in the river, the warship, the HMS Belfast, built in Belfast, Northern Ireland, in the same shipyard that built the Titanic, the Harland and Wolff shipyard. You see the Union Jack the Belfast is flying at the front. That's the only Union Jack you'll see in London today. If you was to see that flag flying from, say, a building, then it's called a Union flag. It's only called a Union Jack when it's flown from the jack staff of one of His Majesty's ships. At Belfast, she saw action throughout World War II. She bombed the beaches of Normandy on the D-Day landings 80 years ago. Moored in London as a museum today, a part of the Imperial War Museum. They can go on board the ship, explore all 9 decks, and children under 10, I believe they do go for free. Up in front of us now we have Tower Bridge, the gateway to London. Tower Bridge was opened in 1894. So it's not very old, but it's built in the Gothic style to blend in with the Tower of London to your left. Now the Tower of London has been many different things, but most famously known for its imprisonment, torture and execution. If you look along the river's wall to your left, there's a bricked up archway. Right above it, it says entry to the Traitor's Gate. If you was a traitor to the crown, you'd have been rowed down river from Westminster by barge through the once open archway before being beheaded up on Tower Hill. Your head would have been put on a spike and stuck on London Bridge, a would-be warning to any traitors to the crown. The oldest part of the tower is the White Tower, the one in the middle. It dates back to 1078, built during the reign of William the Conqueror. Now if you haven't been there yet, it should definitely be on a list of things to do. It's home to the Crown Jewels.
Flag of England and flag.
So we're now going to go beneath the centre arch of Tower Bridge. I'm sure you're aware the centre bascules, they lift up, they open to allow bigger ships into this part of the river. But not a lot of people realise, look up above you at the top two catwalks, they have been fitted with a glass floor. If you look up there, you will see people standing on the glass above your heads. I mean, try not to look too carefully. Very surprised what you can see from down here sometimes.
That's the Tower Bridge now.
So now we've gone through Tower Bridge, we've now left the City of London. We've entered into the Docklands part of London, and this is where shipping took place years ago. Ships from all over the world would have come up the river with their cargo. The cargo was then stored in the docks and the warehouses around us. Now, a lot of the buildings you'll see was warehouses years ago. The ones that remain have been converted into luxury apartments. So that's our next stop ahead of us at Butler's Wharf, folks. I'm pretty sure some of you will be leaving us here. Now just a bit of ticket information so no one ends up in the wrong place. Anyone on board with a 1 hour round trip, a Butler's Wharf ticket or a Top View ticket, this is your stop. You've got to change boat here. There's a returning boat every 40 minutes. If you're going to Greenwich, then stay on this boat. Greenwich is our next stop. Make sure you have your belongings as well. Don't leave anything behind to spoil your day. And lastly, folks, I would like to thank you all for your very kind attention on our way down river. So I really appreciate it. Thank you for listening. If I may, folks, just mention the commentary along the way. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm sure it has become painfully obvious that on this boat, so we're not professional guides whatsoever to put anything into the tip bucket, but please do remember that it will be me helping you over the gap as you're falling off the boat. Have a nice day, everyone. Thanks for listening, and mind a step as you leave. Thank you.
So here we go. Thank you so much for watching, and for more videos and updates, please follow my channel, subscribe my channel, and for feedback you're always welcome to do comments. This is Jarrar signing out. Have a lovely day. It's not a scarf.
So ladies and gentlemen, safely alongside Butterswell or Tower Bridge. If you are leaving us, make sure you've got all your belongings. Just be careful folks stepping from the boat to the pier. If you did enjoy the commentary, you'll see the commentary bucket by the exit of the boat.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. We have to thank the captain, obviously our crew members. Thank you so much.
See you later.
See you later. Sure. Bye-bye. So that was the ship, Hollywood. Goodbye for now.